Hi, welcome to Giulio's Bar. Today we're going to talk about Franciacorta and cocktail you can make with Franciacorta. So today we are joined by our favorite guest and only guest so far. She's my wife, she's awesome, and she's here because today's episode is going to be about Franciacorta, which is a kind of sparkling wine made in the method traditional, like traditional method, which is exactly the same method used to produce champagne. And wait, I feel kind of thirsty. Should we start drinking?
Yes.
So before going on, let's introduce our main character for today's show. It's this Marchese Antinori, not Antinori. Marchese Antinori! So Marchese Antinori is actually famous for making Tuscany wine, but they also have a winery in Franciacorta. Now, why we drink Franciacorta instead of, let's say, drinking champagne or something? And I would say the main reason is knowledge. I know a lot about Franciacorta, and that's because, thanks to my wife, it became a passion of ours to go to Franciacorta because it's really close to the town I was born in, which is in northern Italy, province of Brescia, and wait for it.
Ooh.
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 Ooh. And what do I mean for knowledge? I mean that knowing more about this wine, about these regional wines, knowing more varieties, we can have a better understanding of it and also better deal. For example, we can get something completely decent at a fair price here in Japan, which if we just went shopping around for a random champagne, probably we will get like bottom shelf stuff for the same price. This is Marchese Antinori. It's a Blanc de Blanc, so probably made from Chardonnay and maybe Pinot Blanc. We don't know though, the website doesn't say. And it's extremely decent product for the price. Let's have a sip before starting our journey. Yeah, despite having just 12% ABV, he has an intense bouquet. It's deep. What do you think about it?
It's really sophisticated.
Yes, body. It doesn't leave you wanting on the aftertaste. It's dry enough. We usually like our wines as dry as possible. Today, what we want to explore is can we make any cocktail which is worth doing with Franciacorta? Of course, then at home you can substitute with any Prosecco or champagne if you have a cash. But wow, you're holding it the right way.
It's the. This is how you're supposed to hold the Franciacorta, how you drink it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna risk that.
I was about to flip it at the beginning.
This is just a nice glass of wine. Again, not too expensive, so I'm not gonna feel too bad at trying to mix it with things. And the first thing we're gonna try actually is a French 75, which if it was for me, it would be the standard aperitif everywhere. It's just so tasty. So let's get this out of the way. And the French 75 is a really simple drink based on gin. And in this case, we're gonna use the Le Gin de Christian Drouin.
My favorite gin.
Which is, I introduced this before, but it's produced by a Calvados distillery. So it has this really nice back flavor of green apples. It's slight though, and it's still a dry gin. And I love it, especially in combination with lemon drinks. So we're gonna use gin, we're gonna just use lemon juice and a dash of sugar. We're gonna use the juice of half a lemon, 15 milliliters, I would say. This is a bit more than half. I'm just gonna chop off a bit. So you introduced me, I mean, I knew Franciacorta before I met my wife. Even
Really?
though it's a long time ago. But she was the one that really made it a passion for us. And we started to go and visit the wineries and know everything about the process. And we went to the Tokyo Fair of Franciacorta, which is really nice, even though last 2 years, of course, we skipped because of Corona. So, lemon juice, sugar, you could go for between 10 and 15 milliliters of simple syrup. I'm just gonna put a dash of agave syrup because I don't like it too sweet, and this is just practical. And then 30 milliliters of gin. Then we get some ice and we give it a good shake. You can serve it in a, I guess, in a flute. I'm gonna go with this one for the French 75. It's Aperol Spritz glass, but I think it looks fine.
This one?
So, thank you. We strain this. And then we top it off with Franciacorta.
Ah, you add at the end, like that?
Yeah, otherwise the bubbles are gonna... You cannot shake something
true.
bubbly. It's gonna explode on you. We give it a bit of a stir. Let's garnish it with a lemon peel. There you go, French 75. Would you care to drink it first?
Okay. It's really fresh, and I can smell and feel the lemon.
Good.
Really nice summer drink.
On the nose, it still has a bit of a character of Franciacorta, which done in traditional method. You can still feel a bit of the yeast and a bit of body. Cheers. Yeah, just a wonderful summer drink, or any aperitif moment of your life, really. It's gonna go great with the food.
Yeah.
You can have antipasto, sliced meat, you can have olives.
I would say this is definitely a starter. Like when you have friends over, this is maybe the first thing you could offer.
Yeah.
Just like start with a snack. Just really easy, light, fresh, you know.
Yeah, super easy to drink.
You cannot go wrong with this.
Does it add something to the normal Franciacorta? Well, maybe. Normal Franciacorta is fine too. But this is more refreshing, for sure. So, for the second drink, I'm gonna improvise something. I want to do something based on the Mimosa, which is half orange juice and half champagne, traditionally. Well, of course, today we are gonna use Franciacorta, but I kind of was not satisfied. I think the normal Mimosa has too much orange juice. And then, based on the stuff I have in the kitchen, I came up with a recipe, which we are gonna test momentarily, which is a mix of basically all the Mimosa recipe I could find. It's a mix of a Buck fix, because it has less citrus compared to the amount of sparkling wine we are gonna use. It has a bit of a Gram Mimosa because we are gonna use a bit of Cointreau. It has a bit of Puccini because we are gonna go with mandarin juice. It has a bit of Mimosa because also I wanna put some grapefruit juice. And also it has a bit of a blushing mimosa because we are gonna finish with my favorite syrup ever. So let's start doing it. So I'm gonna start by squeezing this tiny summer mandarin I found here in Japan. I wanna squeeze about 30 milliliters of juice.
Oh wow, that's so orange.
And it's really soft and juicy. There is not really much resistance to it. Maybe one is enough. No, I think
It's really juicy.
It's really
It's
juicy.
a lot of... Wow.
I think I'm gonna squeeze maybe 1.5. How much it is?
Perfect.
And then what I wanna do, I just recently did a video about Hemingway drinks, and in his favorite daiquiri, the Hemingway special from Floridita, together with the lime, he had a drop, like 1 teaspoon of grapefruit juice. So what and it was delicious, just 1 teaspoon. So I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of grapefruit juice to this mix. So I squeezed half grapefruit, but I'm just gonna use just really a tiny bit of it. Yeah, maybe 7 milliliters, something like that. Then we go with our alcoholic base, which is gonna be Cointreau.
Cointreau.
If I can get this bad boy open, I think too much sugar. Ah! And I'm gonna go with 15 milliliters of Cointreau. Don't want it too much. I found the alcohol in Cointreau to be a bit sharp. But I decided to go with Cointreau because on one side it has a good amount of sugar, which I'm not gonna otherwise insert in this mix. And of course it has orange flavor, which is hopefully gonna match. And also by being 40% ABV, it's gonna help bring up this part of the cocktail with the juices to a decent amount of alcohol level, so that we're not gonna dilute too much the alcohol content of our final drink, if that makes any sense. Okay, let's give it a shake. And then I'm gonna double strain it into a flute glass. Then I'm gonna top it off with our Franciacorta.
Even this one.
And then I'm gonna finish with a drop of my favorite syrup.
Of course.
Amarene Fabri. This is like a touch that normally the blushing mimosa would have. Well, we will have a grenadine, but we are gonna go with this one, more tart.
Oh wow. It's so pretty.
And there you go.
It has those like bicolor.
First try, I will call this a Margola from Franco Margola, which was a composer from Antinori, my hometown. And because you know there is Puccini, Bellini, Rossini, well in Antinori we had Margola, which is a 20th century composer, which is actually not that bad.
And there's no drink called Margola yet?
No.
Oh wow.
Let's see what I made. Cheers. For a first try, this is not bad at all. Have a sip.
Cheers.
It's actually
Oh wow. It's nice.
It's pretty good. I actually think the grapefruit juice balanced out this summer mandarin, which is pretty sweet. So the grapefruit juice added a bit of acidity and sourness necessary.
In fact, I thought it was gonna be a lot sweeter. Just the process, how you made it, looked like it was gonna be a sweet drink, but it's not.
Also, we didn't add any extra sugar, so I guess that maybe if we serve it, let's try one thing. If you serve it with a mixing stick, maybe you can do this.
It gives a... Wow, it's like 2 flavors in one drink thing.
I guess. If you mix in the Amarena Fabri syrup, let's see. It's gonna be even better. Yeah, the stuff is like a drug. It's pretty good.
It is.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's actually a really good idea. When you serve, even at the bar, you first drink it as is, and then you come back and say, oh, mix it, and then you can enjoy the second flavor. Like, that's something that, you know, gives a bit more experience.
Also, many bartenders will tell you that having the sweeter part of the drink at the end, it actually helps because it gives a what's the thing the sugar gives you?
Happiness.
Endorphin? No. Some hormone thing is gonna happen in your brain.
Adrenaline.
And the sugar kick at the end is gonna make you really happy and want to order one more drink.
Happy hormones, right?
Delicious.
But it's not too sweet either.
No, it's good. It was
It's
a good
good.
balance of. You don't have to go too far with Cointreau because then you're gonna get into the harsh territory. But this amount was about right to pick up the alcoholic amount of overall drink. Yeah, we just drank it.
Yeah.
Really fast. It's gone.
What's next?
Next is actually the thing that inspired this whole video because I really wanted to try this cocktail and I couldn't do it without my wife here because without my wife I don't think I can open a bottle of Franciacorta.
No.
She's gonna be really mad.
Yes.
I want to try this, which is the Death in the Afternoon, a Hemingway cocktail based around absinthe. So absinthe is this alcoholic distillate of this case usually it's really high percentage ABV. This case is 68, which has been banned for like about 100 years and just recently became legal again. That's because in the beginning of the 20th century people got really wasted on it. Also because having no regulation, probably people were putting illegal stuff in it. I don't know.
Like really raw alcohol?
People gave the fault to the wormwood, which is one of the main components. But really probably it was caused by some other ingredients that the people that made this absinthe put in. So you see many paintings by Picasso, was it Degas, Manet? All these guys, artists that were in that period in France experienced absinthe and they were pretty wasted. If you see some of those
Picasso?
paintings, Picasso too, like it looked like junkies. They call it the Green Fairy, and after they banned the absinthe, they started making fake absinthe. Well, the Pernod, which is this brand, kept on doing like pastis or other aperitif, which had anise flavor, but couldn't have any more of wormwood, which is this kind of plant, root, I don't know. For example, Hemingway says in one of his novels, comparing to whiskey and water, he says whiskey and water does not curl around inside of you the way absinthe does. And in many other of his novels, where people will either drink absinthe or drink fake absinthe, or they would drink real absinthe for a fake bottle, so people were trying all the way to sneak it in. I think it became legal again maybe 15 years ago, and the thing is, the market is still wild. There is no regulation around it. I have no idea how to taste what's a good absinthe compared to another one. And so I got this Pernod brand, which is the most popular, or let's say most reliable. They kept doing alcoholic beverages all through the 20th century, and when it became legal again, they started doing absinthe again. So let's give a try to the Green Fairy. So let's first chill our glass. Let's open our bottle of Pernod Absinthe. So this cocktail is actually extremely simple. Okay, cannot really twist this. I'm just gonna have to make it
like this.
spin a bit like this. Okay, didn't break. Good. So 45 milliliters of absinthe. It smells like it smells like anise, star anise and licorice. Those things that actually I really like. My parents used to drink Pernod pastis when we were in Côte d'Azur. Actually, near Côte d'Azur, not really Côte d'Azur,
But does people drink this straight, neat, as is?
I
people
think
drink like a
it's
vodka shot?
really hard to drink.
Yeah, but I
drink
just
like
wondered how people drank this before. Do people make it always in a cocktail?
I think if you add water to it, now you're gonna see what happens when you add the water. In this case, we're gonna add Franciacorta, but the funny thing that happens is that there is a reaction going on. Let's see. So it says to add 120 milliliter of champagne, well, in this case Franciacorta, or until it achieves the required milkiness.
Yep.
I think that's about right.
You went really top.
Yeah, maybe we need a bigger glass. Basically, it became obfuscated, like misty. It's not transparent anymore.
Well, look how beautiful the bubble was.
Oh yeah, the
That's
bubbles
so pretty.
jumps up really in a beautiful way. You wanna go first? Do so.
I'm a bit scared it's gonna. Cheers. I've never tasted anything like this before. And I have drank a lot of cocktails and drinks, but I don't know what it is.
Okay, let me try it. Death in the afternoon. Cheers. It's a really deep licorice flavor.
Yeah.
The smell is like more anise, but the taste, it's really licorice,
Yeah.
which I love, but you don't.
I hate.
She hates licorice.
Wait, but is this supposed to be licorice flavor?
Yeah.
Absinthe itself always has the licorice flavor, or
Yes.
only this one?
No. I think that's just standard.
No wonder I've never tasted any absinthe before.
Ooh, but this is intense.
This is really strong.
And because this is 68% ABV,
And Franciacorta?
Franciacorta is 12.
Well,
It jumps up this thing to a killer degree. Yeah, actually. Yeah, I can see how this is called Death in the Afternoon. It's a really killer cocktail because it makes absinthe, which normally you would have a hard time drinking, drinkable. It makes it fizzy and bubbly, and it makes it like you gonna drink this glass, even though probably has like a, I don't know, 40% ABV, but you're gonna just drink it like it's nothing.
I think this needs to be served in a different glass. If it's called Death in the Afternoon.
Like which kind of glass?
I don't know, like really manly, rocky, like which
No, that's the
make
whole
you
point.
think about.
Yeah, the whole point is to make you think like this is a.
It's more like a trick.
It's easy. It's an easy drink. Easy. This is easy. Here, drink this, and
then you die.
And then you die. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I think it must be a good drink, or just not my taste. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it's yeah. As
People
I said,
who love licorice gonna love this drink.
as I said, it's a really killer drink. So I guess I'm gonna drink it. My delicious wife can go back to drink normal Franciacorta. And we experimented a bit today. Please like, subscribe, comment, and hold on a second. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, it's so good.